For many Hindus, the ultimate divine being is known as Brahman, although it can only be comprehended and understood when people reach enlightenment, ending the cycle of samsara. Instead, Hindus worship many manifestations of it in the form of gods and goddesses, of which there are potentially millions. However, 3 of these are revered above all others. Together, these 3 are known as the Trimurti, or the 3 incarnations in Sanskrit. The first of the trio is called Brahma, the creator. Brahma is credited with all creation, the earth, animals, plants, people, everything. He is depicted with 4 heads, pointing north, south, east, and west, as well as 4 arms, each holding a different implement. In one hand he holds the Vedas, the sacred texts composed around 2005 years ago in northern India, and which are traditionally ascribed to Brahma himself as the creator, each one coming from one of his 4 mouths. In another hand he holds a lotus flower as a symbol of water, which is the foundation of all creation, as well as a ladle, symbolic because of its use in feeding the sacrificial fire. In his last hand he holds rosary beads as a testament to the passing of time, which he also created and must now keep. Brahma was traditionally depicted entirely in gold, sitting on a lotus flower, and riding a swan named Vahana. Brahma is not widely worshipped in Hinduism, the reasons for which are stated in several contradictory myths, but perhaps is simply down to the fact that as a creator, Brahma's role has been completed. The next of the Trimurti is also the most popular god in Hinduism, and the most widely worshipped. Vishnu is known as the preserver, and is seen as the hero god of mankind, often aiding humans and living among them in various forms called avatars. Vishnu is often shown wielding a discus for a weapon called a Sudarshana chakra, meaning something along the lines of auspicious vision in Sanskrit. In his other hand, Vishnu holds a conch shell called a shankha, which were historically used in both religious rituals and as war trumpets in battle by Indian warlords. The sound made when blowing into the conch shell is believed to be the Om sound, which I covered in a previous video. Vishnu also carries a mace-like implement called a gada, being a Southeast Asian type of club used in battle. His mount Garuda is sometimes described as being half humanoid, half aviphonic, and other times as being a giant eagle large enough to block out the sun when in flight. The first of Vishnu's avatars and most popular incarnation is Krishna, who is worshipped both as an innocent yet cheeky toddler, a flirtatious teenager, fully grown warrior, and a wise old man. Krishna is worshipped as being the god of compassion, tenderness, and love, and has several holy books written about his life, such as the Krishna Lila, Bhagavad Purana, and Bhagavad Gita, and is worshipped by not only devoted Hindu sects such as the Hare Krishnas, but also by some Buddhists, Jains, and Baha'is. The next most important incarnation is Rama, the warrior prince. Rama's life is detailed in the Ramayana, meaning Rama's journey, in which he fights off evil princes and rescues his consort, the Princess Sita, with the help of a monkey army led by the Monkey King Hanuman. These are just 2 of the 10 incarnations of Vishnu, the others being the fish-like Matsya, the celestial turtle Kurma, the boar Varaha, and the half-man, half-lion Narasimha, which Vishnu used to destroy the demon king Hiranyakashipu. His other avatars include Vamana, the cosmic dwarf, Parashurama, the warrior, Kalki, the harbinger of the end times, and Venkateswara, the destroyer of sins. The final member of the Trimurti is Shiva, the destroyer. Shiva is a fearsome god, mostly worshipped by the Tamils of South India and Sri Lanka. Shiva can instantly be recognized for his matted or dreadlocked hair, his third eye in the center of his forehead, and the serpent often coiled around his body or neck. He is often shown either sitting on or wearing a dead tiger or leopard, which is funny because when I was a little lad, my dad brought a stuffed tiger toy back from Edinburgh Zoo, which I then named Shiva. And I also actually had a lot of tiger toys because they were my favorite animal when I was a kid. So I had another one which was also called Rama. So there you go. I was naming my stuffed toys after Hindu gods before I even knew about them. But anyway, that's by the by. As is fitting for the destroyer god, Shiva is armed with both a trident called Trishula and in the South Indian tradition an axe named Parashu. When depicted, Shiva is also shown with a great fire behind him, the ultimate force of destruction. Perhaps surprisingly, Shiva's mount is the white bull Nandi, owing to Shiva's role as lord of cattle. Finally, it is said that from Shiva's matted hair comes the source of the great Ganges river, which is very sacred to Hindus and is the lifeblood of the civilizations of northern India alongside the Indus. So those are the 3 main gods of Hinduism, known as the Trimurti. There are, of course, many more gods and avatars, as well as consorts and goddesses, which I'll cover another day, although this is it for. The Trimurti represent all parts of a person's life: creation and birth attributed to Brahma, life and preservation alongside love attributed to Vishnu, and finally the death and destruction brought by Shiva. The three gods shown here today are thought to all be a small part of the great and divine being Brahman, who is inconceivable to people and can only fully be understood by the worship of various incarnations of him. So that's it for today, the three gods of the Trimurti. In future I'll make a video about the three consorts of the Trimurti, the goddesses who are the gods' soulmates and are worshipped in their own sect called Shaktism. Until then, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and why not subscribe if you're new, and check out some of my other videos on the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.